it's Achickwitbeatz, and you're tuned in to Music Marvels with Achickwitbeatz and Breezy Gipson. We're glad that you're with us. Dope show lined up as always. We have Weinell J Soule joining us, and of course, music industry news and beats by yours truly.
Yeah, well, that music industry news now, that's some strong stuff. So, hey, we're right back. Buckle up, put your hard hat on, and let's get ready to go.
All right. tuning in to Music Marvels with Achickwitbeatz and Breezy Gipson. We're thrilled to announce that we have the one, the only Weinell J Soule in the virtual building with us. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Love and light. Wonderful.
That's what's up. It's a beautiful thing. And, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Like I said, we're excited to have you here. If you could just kind of give everybody a little bit of background. Who is Weinell J Soule? When did you discover that you needed music to be a part of your life and all that good stuff?
Okay. Well, Weinell J Soule is an R&B soul singer. I've been singing since I was 5 years old. I discovered music straight out the womb, I discovered music straight out the womb, like literally. Like I was the 5-year-old listening to the Donny Hathaways and the greats. And I just had an old soul. So soul music definitely was my calling in life. So yeah. But yeah, I do a fusion of R&B, soul music, some gospel, and I do jazz. I work with some jazz bands also. So I have a jazzy soul R&B sound. So I can kind of go from either genre if need be. So, But yeah, I'm originally from Chicago. I've been living in Kalamazoo for a long time now. Probably about 15 years, but I'm originally from the southeast side of Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of soul there. And Yeah. So you mentioned, straight out the womb and, to be 5 listening to Donny Hathaway, what would you say it was that kind of drew you to that soul?
I don't know. He has this like really deep, electrifying sound that when he opens his mouth, it literally gives you chills and shivers, and you be like, what is that? And that's the soul feeling. When you feel like that when somebody sings, they tapped into a higher source. And at a young age, I knew like I want to do that, And so I listened to a lot of the greats, Patti LaBelle, Michelle Farrell. Oh man, I like that sound in particular. And growing up in church, gospel music taps into that deep soul level that Donny Hathaway naturally has, even though he's singing what we would consider R&B music, but it's all the same to me.
Yeah. Because it's that feeling behind it that kind of gives it the richness that you're talking about, which is kind of interesting to hear you say because, checking out your voice, I know after we met, I had shared with a record label owner who you were, and he responded right away like, wow, she's incredible. I was like, I knew you'd love her. But yeah, you can hear that soul and everything that you're talking about that kind of drew you. You hear that in your own voice.
Man, that's like the best compliment ever to give me. Just so you know, like it is, because I really do. I just do what I feel and hope that others feel the same thing because I'm so passionate about that type of sound. And usually I kind of like transcend to a whole nother dimension when I sing. So usually I'm not even like consciously aware of what I'm doing. And then I'm done and people are like, well, what happened? Like, what? Really?
Wow. You hear that, Breezy?
Too humble, girl.
Transcends. Yeah.
Sometimes in the womb, babies pick up different types of vibrations. So the music as well, along with the vibrations, and you just never know just how that manifests. And next thing you know, here you are, but it's already ingrained in you. And that's a very, very interesting topic, but I believe it's true myself. I believe it's true.
Yeah, it's powerful. I've always I sang my first solo in church at 5 years old. My grandma was like, get up there and sing, and I was terrified. I was shy, and I was just so little as this tiny little thing. And then I opened my mouth and I was like, wait a minute, And where did that come from? And where did you get that from? Like, so clearly I was born with that. Nobody ever really taught me to do a lot of stuff. I had classical voice lessons in college, but I'm not trained in anything. People are so surprised a lot of things that I naturally know. So
you trained. You trained, all right. You trained in soul.
It's a gift of God. Look, I trained myself. I studied the greats, and I was like, I need to do that and that. And Whitney Houston, like, come on, like, I don't have a highest ranges she had, but I can do some of her stuff. So I think that in itself is very talented, because I consider her to be top notch. So
yeah. To be able to do any part of what she does is magnificent.
I know that is a thing, but Donny Hathaway, I've been singing Sam Cooke and Donny Hathaway songs. Michelle Farrell. Who else do I typically sing? Anita Baker. That is my idol, literally. Like I have a similar sound to her. It's a contralto type of tone. A lot of people compare me to her and the India Aries and Jasmine Sullivan. So I stick myself in a similar category with them because I resonate a lot with that sound. Yeah.
Yeah. And just
well, I have an idea. Okay, my idea is that before you were born, when you were in your mother's womb, somebody played that long version of Donny Hathaway's The Ghetto, okay, and you were close by. Okay, and so the vibes started coming, and hey, that was it.
Man, listen, that also adds into my innate obsession as a kid for the 60s and the 70s, because I listened to the JBs, James Brown, the JBs, a lot of 60s and 70s music. And my family, being in Chicago, were like big music people in general. I have a lot of singers in my family. We don't have a lot of musicians, but we have a lot of singers. I don't know if you knew, it's just like a shameless thing to do, but one of my cousins is a part of the group Public Announcement. Yeah. Wow. He wrote. Yeah, he's actually one of the major writers in the group. He wrote a lot of the music that they sung over the years. So.
Wow, that's awesome.
So he has a very soulful sound. His name is Glenn Mack. So I give him a shout out to my cousin, Public Announcement. I know all of the members, but that's my actual blood cousin.
So talent runs in the family.
It does. We're the family singers. Yeah, I'm the unknown gem in the family. You know, I'm not very well known by everybody, but most people in my cipher know me for being a singer. So I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, that's what's up. Just a quick breakdown too for anybody listening. The way you mentioned, about being a contralto, that's no easy feat. So yeah, to be able to kind of bounce back and forth between like alto and soprano like that, and I'm one of those people. My chest voice does not blend with my head voice. Like that is not my bag. So
yeah, I can transition very easily, and I what I did over the years singing in choirs to protect my voice was I sung tenor. Yeah, because my lows get low. I can get really, really, really low. But yeah, I'm in the middle of, I can pretty much do them all the notes. Yeah, I just don't go real high soprano notes. But yeah, I can go back from the head voice and the chest voice really good. That's something that I taught myself. I think just listening to other artists, like I said, I didn't have proper training or anything like that. I took classical voice, and she actually taught me how to use my head voice a little bit more. So I learned how to use what I already knew. Some of the things she taught me, and she was an Asian lady, and she was good. She always told me, don't sing gospel, you're gonna ruin your vocal cords, they yell and they scream too much. And it was so funny, I used to always think that when I used to be in choirs, like every time I get done singing, I'm hoarse, like we're doing something wrong. And so I told one of my choir directors, because I've been in several choirs, and I also sung the backgrounds on Robert Hawkins' gospel song "Happy." I'm not sure if you know him. He's He's from Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert Hawkins. He had a number one hit record called Happy, and I did the backgrounds and that, and I actually sung alto and tenor on the background because of that.
Yeah, shout out to him too. Talented, very, very talented. He actually sang in my wedding.
What?
many years ago, yeah.
I love him. That's my boy. Me and him, I met him when I moved to Kalamazoo years ago. We did the Apollo, and he had a gospel group. Mm-hmm. I did the Showtime at the Apollo in Kalamazoo back in the day. I didn't live here at the time. I actually came here and auditioned, and I made the show. And I ended up being the first one out on stage. It was crazy. She's like, okay, it's the hardest parts. The people I'm about to pick, the lineup. She's like, whoever's first and whoever's last. And I was like, please don't be first, please don't be first. And she was like, yeah, well, now you first. I'm like, shh. She's like, you open the show, boo. That's good. That's a good thing. And I'm like, yeah, that is. But by the time we get to the show, do you remember the girl who opened the show?
Hey.
The pressure, the pressure that I got put on me. But no, it was good. I didn't end up winning. A local.
What you did was you put the pressure on everybody else.
Yeah, that's true. Because they were kind of sweating. Like I got to go after her. Like and it was kind of one of those things. That was a domino effect. I went, and then like probably about 4 or 5 in the middle after me got booed. I was like, oh, that's bad. So that probably was a thing. But the girl who went live, she was really good too. Lockett won. Her last name is Lockett. She's good. Okay. She did gospel music. I forget her first name, but
Tammy
Lockett. Yep, she won that. Yep, that year she won. She had. I mean, it's Apollo, so you go by the audience, and I wasn't living here at the time, but somebody was like, she had bus loads of people up in that Miller Auditorium. I was like, well, I can see. But yeah, she's a very good singer too. Shout out to Tammy Lockett.
Yeah, so that's what's up. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure we didn't gloss over your skills because you just I know you're used to it, so you just mention it so casually. But I need the people to know, like, yeah, what you do is not an easy thing. Yeah,
I know. I don't usually, what I'm saying, not having any formal training. I don't usually even understand how significant that is, and the things that I do. Sometimes I hear people who like are vocal trainers and stuff like that, and they hear me sing, and they just be looking like, well, who taught you how to do that? And I'm like, nobody. Nobody. I taught myself. And to go back to what Breezy said about the womb and the music, I want to just say that is very, very true. And I definitely believe that, because both of my daughters, they both sing. They both have this thing that they do very, very significant things that I do when I sing that I never taught them. Yeah, and it blows my mind. So I know that is very true. And I'm a music head. Like the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I put on music. I don't watch TV. Like my vibe, I set the vibe before I got on here with you guys. I go and I turn on my music. I light my candles and my incense, and the vibe is here for me. Like that is what I do ritually every day. And people find it like, she don't never watch TV. No, my TV plays my music. That's all I need. I'm really one of those people. But yeah, both of my daughters sing. One has a more lower melodic tone than the other one. She listens to Kiki Wyatt, so she hits those type of notes, and I find that very, very interesting. She's the shy one, but she's really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I love it. Yeah. I love what you're exposing them to. That's awesome.
Can you imagine a 10-year-old girl seeing Kiki Wyatt?
Wow.
Yeah, that was my daughter. She's 17 now, but she was 10 years old listening to Kiki Wyatt, and she has an old soul. She plays a lot of 90s R&B. She don't listen to new music. She's definitely one of those. She reminds me of myself, because I only listened to like stuff that was 20, 30 years old when I was young. Yeah.
So now the 90s is that era for her.
For her, yeah. And it's so strange, because I feel like I live in a time capsule at home. Most days I wake up and I'm hearing this stuff, and I'm like, ooh, the nostalgia that comes back. And it's like, this is a child doing this? Like, this is, girl, do you know I used to listen to this when I was She's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, who told you to play this? She's like, I just found it and I liked it. It's like, wow. Yeah, that was me though. My mom used to be like, you were too young to listen to these people. How do you even know about this?
That's phenomenal. I love it. Don't you, Breeze?
Yeah, well, I'm absorbing, the vibe. It's just really, especially on a day like today, in a year like now, just to hear the positive vibe being exchanged between you two, it's just something that's very refreshing. So, yeah, it really is. So, yeah, I'm sure the listeners are absorbing that as well.
Good. Like I said, I set intentions before I even got on here, so I'm always about exchanging positive energy and feedback, especially with our people, because we go through so much. We have so much on us, put on us, and banding together, sticking together, and uplifting each other is highly important to me. Mm-hmm. Outside of my music, that is who I am. So.
That's a beautiful thing. We really appreciate you for that. Yeah, looking at the time, it's kind of winding down here, but before we let you go, we need to make sure that everybody knows, where they can check you out, where they can find you so they can keep up with everything you got going on.
Yes, because I am working on some songs that I do plan on putting the album out in the UK. Probably before the end of this year, if not early next year. I've been traveling to Philly, working with some jazz and R&B musicians. Ty Tribbett's piano player. He did a track from scratch for me with a jazz saxophonist named John Sachs. So I've been working with some dope artists, and I plan on putting something out soon. But you can find me on IG at Island_Black Gal, GYAL. That's the Caribbean in me. And I am also on Facebook as just Wynell Johnson. Yeah. And so those are the places that I usually post videos of me singing, weddings, and other live gigs that I do. So you can check me there. I am still working on my YouTube page. It is not fully like I wanted to, but it will be up soon also.
Awesome. And you've already dropped so many gems, since you've been on, but, do you have any lasting advice for anybody listening, that might be dealing with like performance anxiety or, any tidbits for their careers?
Yeah, I actually had that for a very long time, being a shy kid, very subservient type of energy. I had to actually step outside of the box and believe in myself. If I could tell anybody anything, and tell my younger self anything, it would be to believe in yourself. No matter what people say, no matter what people think, you have to believe in you, because the power is within. Your God self is within, and that power resonates to people who are part of your soul family. So you don't ever have to feel like you have to translate who you are to people like you who are a part of my soul family. So that's one thing I would tell anybody, is to believe in yourself.
Ooh, man, I got chills. What about you, Breezy?
Good.
It's a very positive vibe. So I'm glad that you joined us.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Your concept and the way that you're looking at things and explaining your views, is very, very warming. And so, I'm glad you joined us.
Yeah, absolutely. It's my pleasure. Thank you guys for having me. I love to do things like this, to just to be involved and to co-create, because we are co-creating magic right now, so.
Yes, gonna go ahead and say it. We got to have you back sometime in the near future.
Yeah, really. Like, I'm gonna get with you as soon as I get done with a song. I'm working on the song. It's nice too. Like, I'm super excited about it. I'm gonna go to Florida in November to record in T-Boz's father's studio. He heard my track, and I had the same reaction from him that you said you had somebody else listen to me.
Yeah.
He was like, wait a minute, who is this? And why doesn't anybody know her? And where has she been? And I'm like, you serious? You think that? You're like, oh my God. So I'm always still amazed from the reaction that I get from others, because I grew up with a lot of humility. I come from the hard parts of Chicago. So my life has been blessed, and I have a little bit of everything in me. So I'm very well cultured.
Beautiful. Yeah, well, thank you so much. Like Breezy said, we really appreciate you coming on. It's been fantastic having you, and I can't wait for the next time. So yeah, you let us know when you're ready, because yeah, we'll definitely have you back.
I got you. Anything for you. You know, I got you. We clicked instantly.
Yeah.
She was like, I know who you are. She didn't even hear me sing. She was like, I know you got that. And then I'm sure you watch my videos like, see, my intuition is on point.
Yep.
I thought that was so cute. I was like, she was like, no, you don't got to tell me, because I just know. She looked at me like, I just know. I was like, okay, Louie, that's cool.
Yeah.
The vibe was there when I met you. Definitely.
Yes. Yep. Instant.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, and what a great interview. I'm really glad that we got the chance to, chat with her and hear her story. Very, very, very talented, lovely individual. So, make sure that you check her out everywhere that she mentioned.
Yeah, it's about the positivity, man. She brings it.
All right. Okay, we'll take a quick pause for the cause, and then we'll be back with music industry news right after this.
Okay.
we're back with music industry news. First up, Warner Music and SK Global decided to partner to co-produce some music documentaries. And I love music docs. I love the opportunity to kind of dig deep and, see the experiences and stuff that people went through, because it's a great way to learn and see what applies for your life. So, the new content's going to include, both English and local language projects. And it's going to focus on Warner Music Group's array of celebrated international artists all across the US, Asia, and Latin America. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it's not any small crackers right there. That's a big cookie right there.
Yes. All right. There's a new venture coming out that will let fans invest in music through NFTs. So Royal is a new platform that's going to let fans invest in song rights as NFTs, and it's going to launch October 21st. So, it gives fans a chance to earn money right alongside their favorite artists. And their whole intention is kind of to disrupt how music is owned. So it doesn't, have to be a club that excludes the little people like us. But yeah, if it's something that you're interested in, definitely check it out. If it rolls out the way that they're expecting it to, there's going to be a lot of opportunity there. And not only that, if there's something that you want to do and offer for your fans, that's a good way to kind of check it out and see how things work.
Yeah, well, there's so many choices these days. So here's another one. So get in there and check it out.
Yes. All right. And record labels are running out of vinyl. Oh, no. So we know it's kind of been an issue, especially with vinyl picking up so much and with the major labels and stuff kind of jumping on. It's kind of eased a lot of independence artist stuff back a little bit. So not to say that you can't get it done, but it's taken a lot longer than it used to. So, and on top of that, the contributing factors also include, one, the increase in demand, I've just mentioned. So global sales of vinyl are up by over 700% in the past decade. So we had that going on top of the COVID shortages, Brexit related shortages. There was a lack of PVC after the February storm hit in Texas. And then there was a fire in 2020 at a lacquer plant in California. So it left only one factory in Japan making the master discs that records are cut from. So a lot of things are contributing to it. So make sure that if you're going to be trying to press up vinyl, make sure that your fans know that it might be a while before they actually get it, to kind of save on the frustration there.
Well, I was in a popular global retailer last week, and some people refer to it as Wally's World, and so we know what the real name is. Anyway, I was looking for something else, but I was stunned with the vast array of vinyl that they had for sale that day. I was like, what? And so, no, I'm serious. I saw about what looked to be about a 40 to 50 foot spread of vinyl. And I'm like, wow, so, hey, I mean, these retailers, they're displaying it. So, hey, there you go.
Yep. So yeah, the resurgence is real. All right. And, before we dip out for another quick break, just something to keep in mind. Los Angeles officials have voted to require proof of vaccination at movie theaters, concert venues, sports venues, restaurants, and you can get fined up to $5,000. So people are going to have to show proof of full vaccination or a recent negative test before entering any of these places. So if you're thinking about hitting up a concert in LA, you got some decisions to make.
Yeah, well, hey, there she goes.
All right.
And just a recent story just this week pertaining to a well-known established basketball player in the NBA. Part of what you just said had some input in a decision that was made this week concerning his career, concerning the vaccinations and so forth. So go to sports, check it out.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with more music industry news right after this. back with more music industry news. Icon, hip hop head, man, just master storyteller Nas wants to actually school people on hip hop storytelling with a virtual master class. So he's going to be instructing a 12-part video series, and participants can get the chance to dissect and record original music. And of course, is open to professionals, independent artists, actors, general public, anybody who's interested in it. So if that's something that you want to check out to be able to learn from the legend, that's a great opportunity for you to do it.
More and more and more. More opportunity. More opportunity.
Indeed. All right. And Warner Music has poached Spotify's U.S. head of catalog. So, it kind of lets you know a little bit about where things are going and what they're looking at. So instead of just hiring someone, they took someone who was a part of the big streaming boom during the pandemic. So he was only at Spotify for about a year. But now his name is Andre Torres. He's the Senior Vice President of Catalog Development and Marketing for the Recorded Music Global Catalog Division. So the fact that he was a part of Spotify during its biggest boom, and now Warner says, hey, why don't you come help us out? That means that they're really looking to make some inroads as far as streaming goes. So definitely something to pay attention to, because during the first half of 2021, the album equivalent of music streaming rose to 66.4%. So, some stuff went on, and that's where companies are placing their bets these days. So just good information, a little tidbit to hold on to there.
There you go.
And Motown Museum is opening an outdoor plaza. And so it's supposed to be a multi-purpose community gathering space with regular performances by local artists and unique opportunities for emerging entrepreneurs. So the construction already started this month, and it's expected to be done by summer of 2022. And so, it's supposed to be a beautiful thing. It's going to have granite paved entrances, colorful flowers, and lush plantings, park benches, pop-up performance stages, and all types of things. So it sounds very exciting, and I personally am looking forward to checking it out next year.
Yeah, plush.
Yes. And just a heads up, Coast to Coast Live is going to Miami for the 13th annual music conference. It'll be held from November 13th through the 15th. And it's going to have music industry panels with A&R reps from multiple music labels, DJs, other music executives, after parties, showcases, and a VIP yacht party with an open bar. So if that's something that you're into, to be able to check it out, mingle, do some networking, and showcase your talent, definitely check that out. And United Masters has announced that they've inked a deal with Coinbase to be able to pay their artists with cryptocurrency. So it's something that they're just adding on constantly. I feel like every month we have new information about what United Masters is doing. Steve Stout is a genius as far as music marketing, and just an executive all around. So it's always interesting to kind of check out some of his ideas and what he's been doing with the company. And I know a lot of artists that actually use United Masters, and they're very satisfied with it. So just something to keep in mind when you're thinking about distribution. All right, and we'll take another quick music break, and then we'll be back before we head out for the night. right, and that does it here for this week's edition of Music Marvels with Achickwitbeatz and Breezy Gipson. We thank you for joining us, and we can't wait to do it again next week.
Oh man, I'm hopping about that. There's great things always transpiring each and every day. And so right here on Music Industry News, you get the right from the ground up. Okay, not from the top, but see, Achickwitbeatz, spills it out, explains it plainly so you can understand, so that you can use these tips and you can share with your buddies and friends as well.
Yes, absolutely. So please do that. You know where to find us next week, same time, same place. Tune in, tell a friend, and we'll see you then. Peace.